Hello, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, when or wherever you may be. Now, uh, I'm going to make a little video today, and before I start to address the subject that I want to talk about, this is not going to be a very long video. I would like you to listen to someone. I would like you to listen to Catherine Ashton. If you don't know who she is, please check out her name in YouTube and you will soon find out who she is. And I would like you to listen to her if you are a British citizen, because I feel like you will be listening to someone that actually knows what she's talking about and she's not inventing things. And I've heard her before in other occasions, even here in Portuguese TV, and I think the message that she has to give you is important. So please, let's watch this video, this small video from Euronews, and then we can talk about why I wanted to show you this video.
It's really in the interests of business right across Europe, especially to have some consistency and certainty about the markets they're dealing with. And we do have a president that sees the willingness of others to kind of talk to him about trade as both an important part of the conversation, but in a sense almost to weaponize it, to make clear that if we don't do things that he thinks are really important, then we can't expect the benefits. And it's very transactional. And he's always been very clear as the president that he takes that view that being a transactional president is the way that he wants to go forward. And I think that's really how Europe has to respond, or any country has to respond, is to try and work through that. It is very difficult because of the changing landscape. But in the end, this all comes down to the fact that with all that's happening, especially in the Middle East right now, we are moving to a time when there are additional issues globally that we're all going to have to grapple with. And so the more that we can work together on trade, the better.
During your post as the EU's top diplomat, you negotiated with Iran to temporarily curb some of that country's nuclear activities for sanction relief. You clearly know how to speak to the Middle Eastern country diplomatically. How would you currently assess the way that Trump is speaking with Tehran and the tenor from the EU as well in particular?
I think there's a different approach that's being taken. It's much more to raise the temperature rather than to lower it. And it's a bit of ensuring that there's a complete clarity about what could happen. So the critical thing seems to be to address the Straits of Hormuz and to find ways that you can get these open because of the impact that it's all having globally, and actually then start to build up a negotiation that can resolve the conflict altogether.
The UK could pay £1 billion to have greater access to the single market. We know that the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer wants to reset relations between the EU and the UK, but some critics have criticised this news, stating that it's merely pay to play. What do you make of this?
There's no question that Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, and many of his colleagues have absolutely recognised that there is a need to get closer to the European Union and to Europe generally. That's partly because of the security and defence issues that we're confronted with, not least the war in Ukraine, but also the economic realities of the world in which we live. And I think all of this talk now about what money is, what should be done, how it would work, is really all about laying the groundwork for the summit, which is coming, I hope, in the next few months, where they can actually start to bed this down and make sense of it.
Now that we have watched the video, I think it will be more in context to what I want to talk about and what I want to tell you. I want to tell you, all of you in the United Kingdom, to vote for any political party that you prefer, except Reform and Tories. And I will explain why. You might not like the Green Party's policies. You might not like the Labour Party's policies. You might not like the Lib Dems. But if you vote in any of those political forces, this work that this lady was talking about, which is basically to help the British economy and to help the British people to regain some of what they lost with Brexit, to be completed. If right now you elect someone like Nigel Farage, which is a person that, number one, he has absolutely no ability or competence to run whatever, okay, and his party is not a political party, in my view, at least from a legal European perspective, so-called continental law. It's a company, so it shouldn't even be allowed to present himself to the ballot poll. And also, he is a very dangerous man. And look, I'm not going to sit here and preach at you like I'm some kind of holy cow or some shit like that, because that is not the way I do things. Okay, if you want to listen to someone tell you the divine truth, then you go to a temple and you listen to whatever suits your fancy. I'm here to talk about reality. And the reality is as simple as this. The United Kingdom needs to integrate more into Europe in order to protect its own sovereignty, to protect its economy, and to protect its people. The other questions, well, the British people need to understand or reason or whatever they want to do with what they seem to consider to be an issue, which is immigration. And immigration has to be controlled. But you can do it like, I don't know, like we do in the rest of Europe. We control it. But immigration is something that has always happened and that it has always happened. And if you look at United Kingdom, you have had immigration since forever. Issue here is, how do you control it by keeping your society stable? But stable, it does not mean stagnated. And you will stagnate. You are already stagnated, okay? Because you are lost in all of these issues with the Muslims that are around 5% of your population, if I'm not mistaken, from the latest numbers that I saw. You, I don't know, you get stuck in having brown people or whatever. And look, if you are worried about those things, who the hell am I to tell you not to worry or to like it? I'm not the one telling you this. I'm the guy telling you that is that the real important point here? I mean, if for example you look how many people are foreigners are working in the United Kingdom doing jobs that local people either don't want to do or for which you don't have enough manpower to do. The ports here in Portugal, for example, half of the workforce is foreign. Why? Because there are simply not enough people in Portugal to do the job. Okay, so how do we go about this? And look, and I have heard it all. AI powered machines. Where? Do you have any of those? Do you have an AI powered machine to pick grapes, or to pick vegetables, or to take care of elderly people? I'm talking about reality. And you have to understand this. Uh, I have said this before in the past. I will repeat it again. If you come here to my channel and expect me to just talk about left-wing propaganda or right-wing propaganda, you will not find that. You will find a person that is, number one, a Democrat, in the sense that I believe in democracy. I believe it's the best way we have to rule ourselves. I don't believe in being hostile towards anyone. Okay, I believe in equality of people. Okay, because we are all a bunch of fucking apes. That is what we are. Okay. I also have my religious beliefs, but basically, we humans. Sorry, damn allergies are killing me. The hot weather. It's as soon as the hot weather comes in, I get my allergies. But we are all a bunch of apes. Okay, that's all. The rest is culture and how you maintain your culture, how you protect it, how you allow it to evolve. And look, for foreign people bring good things and bring bad things. Some of them adapt, others don't. But let me ask you this question. A very simple question. Who dictates what adapt means? Who dictates what are English values? Who dictates what are Scottish values? What are Welsh values? What are Irish values? And then you look at the people that are telling you they are defending said values, and you see what they are defending. Reform is defending things like privatizing the NHS. Okay, you have Farage on his podium spewing out, we are going to deport each and every one of the foreigners, or what, or he calls them illegals or some shit like that. You have that person, the same gentleman, Farage, spewing hatred against everyone. You have these lunatics talking about Muslim invaders and all kind of shit. And look, if you were to have the same opinion as I have, in my opinion, religion should only be practiced at home, inside of a private house. Okay, we could turn all the temples, all the churches, all the mosques, each and every one of those temples into museums or into temples of peace, where you could sit in a bench in a nice garden and pray to whatever god you want to pray to. This is my personal opinion, okay? Because we need to be look. Also have spoken about this in other videos. Being religious, even if you are an atheist, it's a form of religious feeling. Sorry, but it is. Being religious is a human trait. It's a way we find to deal with things like the end of our life or the beginning of our life that we cannot biologically understand. I can sit here and tell you of how the sperm meets the egg, how it develops into cells, how it creates life, how life creates it has the instructions in the DNA to how to create a body, how it grows inside of a woman, how it comes out, how it lives, how it ages, what are the factors that induce our bodies to grow old. I know for a fact that it's a form of a disease. Aging is a disease. This is also has been proven scientifically, and I can tell you all of that. Okay, we can even investigate the existence of a soul. We can talk about all of that, but that will not replace the simple fact that we don't know. If we are going to talk about ghosts and all of that shit, I have to tell you this. Sorry. I believe in some things, some forms of energy that might remain, but to believe in some kind of a post-mortem existence, the only thing I can tell you is that I simply do not know. I have my beliefs, okay? They are mine, but I cannot tell you anything about it. So, religion helps you to deal with these things. It also has a social role. Some people will say it controls you, it enslaves you, and I would also say yes, but it also controls some social, basic, I would call them animal desires or whatever you want to call it, or urges. It controls them and it regulates it. And by this, I'm not talking about attacking gay people or attacking transgender people or whatever the hell you want to talk about, because that for me is also a bag of shit. Okay? Gay people, transgender people are by definition people. This is the key word you have to take from this. People. They are not aliens. They feel like you feel. They go to the bathroom like you go. They have good days, they have bad days, just like you. But they are different from you. And that is alright. Like I said in other videos, just leave people alone. If you don't like them, well, don't talk with them, okay? But don't attack them, don't ostracize them. Leave people the fuck alone. Mind your own business, okay? But continuing to the objective of the video, I'm ranting as always, but you have seen this is a pattern in my behavior. I'm sorry. I sometimes get lost in my reasoning. But what I'm trying to tell you this, my dear British citizens, is that you belong in Europe. You belong with the rest of us. And I'm not saying this like in that old movie, one of us, one of us. No, it has nothing to do with this. It has to do with simple logic. Your economy needs to be more integrated with ours for your safety. And it also helps us. Make no a country with 65 million people has a lot to give. Okay? A country with a financial center has a lot to give. A country with scientists, with investigators, with historians, with business has a lot to give. Good and bad. But you need this. And for and look, I have said this also in other videos. Starmer disappointed me a lot because they still walk around in I don't know why. Maybe to please the red walls, shit like that. I win. They are trying to please people that will never like them. For the average reform voter, Labour are communists. Go figure. This is the reality. And you cannot deal with people like that. People like that, you outvote them. You let them go the same way as other movements that came in the past. Let them go their way. But don't vote for them. Okay? Because number one, they are clearly unable to govern, to do anything, to organize. Whatever they do, they are completely incompetent. And the Tories, well, you saw the shit they did. You want that again? You want the same rhetoric? You want the same shit? You think Kemi Badenoch is different from Boris Johnson or whoever came before her? All this trust. Do you think they are different? They are not different. And you will tell me, oh, the Lib Dems were also in. Yes, but you have different people in the Lib Dems. So, what I am telling you, the reason why I'm making this video, it's because tomorrow you are going to vote. And me, Johnny Foreigner, that is what I am, I'm asking you to vote with common sense. Okay? If you want to vote for, look, you don't want to vote for Labour, don't vote for Labour. If you are a Welsh citizen, vote for the national group like something. Sorry, I cannot enunciate it. It's a bit complicated for me, but vote for Plaid Scheme or something. I think it's like this. Okay, vote for them, or vote for the Greens, or vote for the Lib Dems. Okay, if you are in Scotland, I would advise you to vote SNP. Give strength to the nationalist movement. This is my position. If you don't want to vote for them, vote in the Greens or vote in the Lib Dems. If you are an English citizen or an Irish citizen, same thing. Anything but reform and the Tories. And you will say, oh, I'm in the blue area, they are going to vote. Whatever, don't vote for them. When you go there and you place your vote in the ballot, vote for your country. Vote for the United Kingdom and vote to continue this work that your country will need. You saw what the United States has been doing to you, to us, and to the world. Do you want to go down with them? Do you really think MAGA is the way to go? Do you want those lunatics in the streets? Or do you want some kind of common sense? And look, and democracy doesn't promise you a perfect world, but it promises you a world where you can live and evolve and be something else, something better. And and if you are an older person, man, don't think just about yourself. Think about your children. Think about your grandchildren. You are going to tell me, and that is why I'm going to vote reform. Well, you're a lunatic. Because you are voting for someone that is going to destroy all the work that is being done. And I'm not saying Labour is perfect. Of course it is not. This entire Mendelssohn shit. Okay, how could Keir Starmer be so stupid? Okay, he surely was one that the guy wasn't kosher. Okay, he surely was informed of that. But then other people that were advising him, or even himself, decided he was a good call. And here we are. But this is not reason to not vote for Labour, or to not vote for the Greens or whatever, okay, and go and vote for reform. This is the same shit of Brexit all over again. People are voting in reform, oh, because they are better. But no one really knows what they are defending. It's just like you voted for Brexit, 52% of you voted for Brexit, and after you have voted for Brexit, then you were Googling what the EU was. And this is not normal, okay? This indicates some kind of cognitive dissonance, some kind of issue. Okay, I am a foreigner and I read the party's manifestos. I read what they are defending because I was interested in it, because I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to give you my opinion that I'm giving right now. Remember, okay, I'm the guy sitting with you at the cafe, okay? We are just talking. Remember this. You have to decide. Okay, but go and read it. What? Okay, reform, in few words, low taxes. They don't say how they are going to get it. Foreigners out. They don't say, who they are going to deport, where are they going to deport them to, who is going to pay for the deportations, and the most important part, why are they deporting? They don't say that. They just say hate and keywords. Nothing more. Catchwords, sorry. Nothing more. No fiscal policy. And you have the Tories with the drill, and the shit like that, and ending the electric, and not stop investing in the electric grid, while across Europe we are clearly ditching the gasoline cars. Even me, next time I change my car, I'm going to change to a hybrid or an electric, even, but probably a hybrid, because I will have to. Okay, and the world is changing. You either evolve, you either adapt, or the same thing that happened to the dinosaurs will happen to you. The ones that were able to adapt themselves to turn into birds, they are still here, prospering. The other ones, they are those interesting bones you see at the museums. This is, look, I know you might find me, I don't know, oversimplifying things, but the truth is this: you societies either evolve and adapt, or they grow extinct. And this is the simple truth. This is the simple truth. And you have to decide, what do you want? Do you want that? Because the United Kingdom has been losing money, has been losing importance, has been losing protection all over the world since Brexit. And don't you dare question that, because it's the truth. It's clear. It's visible. I will ask you this: are you richer since Brexit? Do you have the sunny uplands? Or if you are one of those that say this is not the Brexit I voted for, are things the same like they told you it would be? Just think about it, okay? And please, this is me. And look, I always say this: your friends are not the ones that tell you you are always right and that are always behind you, always supporting your ideas. Your friends, I personally have found, your friends, your true friends, are the ones that look at you and tell you, don't do that. Don't be an asshole. What the hell are you doing? Why are you doing that? Your friends are the ones that call you out. If we all over Europe, if I, now personally me, if I did not care about the UK as my fellow Europeans, which is what I consider you, if I did not care about you, then I would not talk about it. Okay? I could spend this entire channel, but I have told you what is the objective of my channel. But I could spend this entire channel just talking about other things, talking about Portuguese news, talking about European news, talking about the endless stream of stupidity from the United States. I don't know, talking about whatever, talking about philosophy, or just talking about morality and ethics and all of that. And yet I choose to do the occasional video in which I address this particular subject. Why? Because it's important. Because a UK that is integrated into Europe and that is strong benefits us all. Okay, and this is not they need us more than we need them. It's not that shit. That is the wrong way to see things. very wrong. But I have explained this in the past often, and I really don't want to talk about it right now because I think it's this is a subject that has been talked about for so many times, it has been proven in practice. All we can all see what all the practical results, and it's ridiculous to talk about it. If the people that still believe in that shit want to live their entire life in some kind of illusion that makes them feel good about themselves, please be my guest, okay? Do whatever you want to do. Right, I will end this video right now, okay? I've half an hour. I was thinking about making a quarter of an hour video. The rants. Call me Ranty John. uh, Tomorrow, when you vote, think about who you are voting for. If you are going to vote for Farage, you are voting for the downfall of your country. I can tell you that. Vote for anyone but them. This is all I have to tell. Well, thank you for having the patience to listen to me. Thank you, all of you that come back and watch my videos. I have seen the subscriptions and the views increasing. I am thankful to all of you. I promise you to continue to increase the quality and the quantity of the videos. But as I told you in other videos, okay, and I will repeat it. Sorry if I sound repeated. Uh, sorry, a bit tired. But as you can see during the week, it's very hard to make videos, okay? Because I'm a working man, you know. I work all day. Yeah, yes. And I sometimes am really tired, okay, for different reasons, for the work. Sometimes it's my health, whatever. You know, I have my issues, like any of you that are watching me also have your issues. But I'm trying to make these videos. I'm trying to make you think, to make you reason things. And sometimes solutions are more easy than we make them. Sometimes I'm talking about myself too, we complicate things too much when we should just make them easier. Easy for us, easy for others. So please, send Mr. Farage back to the footnotes of history. Please. Thank you all for listening to me, and please, folks, stay safe.